Final expense sales training is very important for any agent that's entering the final expense or burial insurance market. Even if you've been selling life insurance products for years, transitioning into our industry is usually never as simple as one may think. I happen to have put together a unique face-to-face sales system, which in turn led me to become one of the highest producing final expense agents in the country. 3 years in a row. In this video, we're going to go over several things that you will need to learn in order to sell final expense successfully right after this. Hi guys, my name is Doug Massi, and if you're here watching this video right now, you're either in need of training or maybe you're just trying to decide if the final expense industry is something that you'd like to pursue. In this final expense sales training video, I'm going to touch on several aspects of the business that you'll need to learn in order to be a successful, independent final expense agent. I'm also going to suggest several short training videos that we've already produced that you'll be able to find here on our channel, Final Expense Trainer. Right now, I'm going to recommend hitting that little subscribe button below. Yeah, if you haven't done that already, that is, as this will allow you to be notified automatically as we release new training videos and material. The first thing that I will say, wherever you decide to get your final expense sales training from, just make sure that they have a program designed to not only train agents, but to give them ongoing support. I mention this because a lot of agencies and IMOs simply do training calls and give out scripts to memorize, or they suggest you ride with a local agent that really isn't that good and can only help you so much. Just make sure you do lots of research before you pick a place to contract through. Check it out, guys. If you stick around until the end of this video, we're going to show you how to get our free new agent sales kit. This file has a bunch of useful stuff in it that you'll definitely want, including I Am Your Policy, the delivery notices that I leave at my prospect's house when they're not home, and our 10 carrier cheat sheet, along with some other important things that you'll definitely want for your sales book. So with that behind us, let's get into the video. If you're serious about selling final expense or burial insurance, then you probably already ordered your direct mail leads and they're either on the way or you already have some sitting right in front of you. If you agree that leads are important and fully understand the need for good leads, I ask that you click on the little thumbs up thingy below. After watching this, I also suggest checking out the videos on our channel called How to Be Successful in Your First Year Selling Final Expense, How to Set Solid Appointments, How to Overcome Objections While Setting Appointments, How to Door Knock Leads, and How to Overcome Objections While Door Knocking Leads. And in that order. If for some reason you've fallen into our industry without sufficient startup monies to get your direct mail leads flowing, check out the video, How to Sell Final Expense Without Buying Leads. One of the first things that you will absolutely need to do is not just be able to make a strong sales presentation, but you need to learn how to close a sale. It's very important while doing your final expense sales training to actually learn a step-by-step process on how to overcome objections while you're closing your sales. Think about it. Most prospects are not just gonna pick an option and sign on the dotted line. They're gonna wanna think about it or take some time before signing, so it's important to know exactly how you're gonna deal with this before you even make your first final expense presentation. I'm gonna suggest recording yourself while you're making your first couple of presentations so you can go back and listen to yourself doing stupid stuff. This will help you to make changes in your presentation that can immediately affect your progress during the early stages of your final expense sales training. Remember, this is a sales career and no one is waiting for you to come to their house with their checkbook open. You must learn how to do one-call closes. That means go to your prospect's house, make a strong presentation with lots of energy and excitement and enthusiasm, and close the sale the first time that you meet them. This is also why you need to put everything you've got into your final expense sales training. I'm talking about a commitment of 6 to 8 hours a day, not only while learning the process, but at least for your first year while you're out in the field selling. Check out the videos on our channel called How to Field Underwrite Like a Seasoned Pro, How to Use I Am Your Policy to Close Sales, 3 great point of sale carriers to lead with, 3 non-point of sale carriers to lead with, how to design your presentation, and how to overcome the objection, I have to speak with my daughter or son first. Another important thing to learn is the insurance carrier and product that you're going to lead with. As an independent agent, I believe you should have multiple products to offer your prospects. But first, you have to learn a primary carrier. Make sure you know the basic underwriting criteria for that carrier, how they view insulin diabetics, heart conditions, how they view maintenance medication versus treatment, COPD, and psych or mental health issues. Other things you need to know about your primary carrier are how to fill out the application, including how many signatures are required on the application, the form of payment that they allow, what the underwriting entails, what you will need for the point of sale interview, and what the carrier's process is for faxing or uploading the application, along with making corrections to the application and other documents. Just make sure that you have pre-printed pricing pages, applications, brochures, the carrier's medication knockout list and/or medication guide, and replacement forms with you at all times. You will also need to know the replacement laws in the state you're working and exactly how to do replacements, as this is a big part of the final expense industry and is very important to your final expense sales training. Once you've made the sale, it's important to follow up with the carrier every single day until the policy gets issued. After the policy is issued, you will need guidance on how to deliver the policy and get referrals. I'm not going to get into the method that I recommend for getting referrals, as this is something that you will learn from your upline or your training manager. Stuff like this is why you want to have someone that knows the business, helping you with your final expense sales training. The last thing you want is to be working with someone that doesn't actually sell final expense or that doesn't have a successful track record with selling this insurance product. The way I see it is this: if you want to be good, you can simply increase the odds in your favor by working with someone that has a proven track record in the business. Someone that has not only been where you're at now, but that is actually where you would like to be someday. Okay, so going back to being prepared for that very first sale. You'll also want to have a secondary carrier ready, along with a guaranteed issue carrier that will accept people without asking any medical questions. No matter who your primary carrier is, the foolproof secondary carrier that I suggest is Security National Life. And for guaranteed issue, I recommend Gerber Life. At the end of this video, I'll show you how to contact me directly for both of those carriers' highest paying contracts. Interesting enough, one of the years that I was Security National Life's top sales agent, I may have actually been Gerber Life's top agent too. One day I was speaking with an agent at the Gerber home office and she said, "Did you know that you're our biggest outside sales producer?" I guess Gerber is all about the business, because if this is actually true, I didn't even get a thank you from them suckers. The next thing that you will want is to have a system in place for saving cancellations and servicing your clients. Saving cancellations is very important in our industry. Remember, most of our clients live on a low and fixed income. They're just trying to survive each month and tend to live month by month. As soon as something comes up that they might need, or if their electricity bill jumps up in the summertime, they will often put that bill in front of the life insurance, and the next thing you know, you're getting a letter in the mail from the insurance carrier stating that your client didn't have the funds in their account for the insurance draft. The problem is that a week or two may actually go by before you even find out about this, and by then your client already spent all their money for the month. This is why you only want to set up your client's insurance to draft on their Social Security income date and never ever after that day has passed. It's important to know how the carrier will allow you to deal with a double drafting situation so that when you go back to that client's house, you actually have a game plan to get them back onto a monthly bank draft. Saving these sales is important, as this is part of the business, and if you want to make it in our industry, you better be okay with going the extra mile for just about all of your clients. It's also important that your final expense sales training includes a tried and true method for saving cancellations. Unfortunately, around 25% of the folks that we sell will actually either never accept the policy in the first place or will end up canceling in their first year. This is another reason why you want to make sure that your trainer is experienced as a field agent and knows exactly how to handle these situations. Again, this is just another aspect of our business. Check out the videos, how to save final expense cancellations and how to correctly set up a bank draft for people on Social Security. Something that I brought up in the beginning of this video is leads. Without leads, you have no one to see. If you don't have a couple $1,000s put aside for your business, which when it comes to final expense sales is actually the leads investment, you're probably not going to last very long in this industry. Most final expense agents fail in their first year not because of poor final expense sales training, but simply because they want to cut corners and won't invest money into their own leads, or they won't invest into that more expensive but tried and true golden standard direct mail lead. If you decide to go with an agency that provides you with leads and they are giving you a discount on the cost of leads, or charging you for the leads out of the back end of your sales, or financing leads in other ways, or giving you free leads, you're most likely taking a huge, enormous, ridiculous cut in commissions and are paying a lot more for those discounted leads than if you paid up front like an independent life insurance agent. With that being said, the only lead that I prefer to always use is the direct mail lead. For face-to-face sales, make sure that whoever you're getting your final expense sales training from is teaching you how to work with a fixed cost direct mail lead program. Avatar leads are now 100% illegal, so don't even think about using them. Most internet leads are complete garbage and not worth the $2 that they cost. Live telemarket leads are good and can be cost effective if worked correctly, but in most cases they're only about 25% as effective as direct mail leads. Check out the videos called Final Expense Leads, Should You Call Your Final Expense Leads, What Are the Best Days and Times to Call Final Expense Leads, and Why Free Final Expense Leads Are Always the Most Expensive Leads. Learning how to be an effective field underwriter is very important and unfortunately tends to be an ongoing process that pretty much takes forever. This is why at our agency, United Final Expense Services, we go over field underwriting during just about every single one of our training calls. As you learn the final expense business, you're going to find out that different carriers have different niches that will insure seniors with first day coverage. Folks with epilepsy, angina, schizophrenia, insulin-dependent diabetics, people with multiple sclerosis, and a bunch of other ailments can actually get first day coverage with the right carriers depending on what other health issues they may have. The best way to become an effective field underwriter is to check each medication that your prospects are on and use the carrier's field underwriting and/or medication guides to learn how that specific carrier will view that medication. If a medication isn't on the carrier's medication guide, use Google. It's important that you know exactly what each medication is for and not just listen to what your prospect tells you that it's for. Check out the video called How to Field Underwrite Like a Seasoned Pro, and an absolute must-see video is why you should run from any IMO or agency that doesn't have an open release policy. Guys, assuming you're using our final expense sales training channel to get as much training as humanly possible, here are some more videos that you will also want to check out. How to be successful in your first year selling final expense. How to double your sales by working outside the city. How to use energy and enthusiasm in your presentation. And the most important video that I can suggest is called Learn My Final Expense Sales System. This video is for those of you who actually are willing to invest into the business with a few $1,000s up front, just like you'd invest into any new business. You'll see me dishing out the real skinny on what it takes if you really have the dedication and initial funds or financial investment necessary to make over $150,000 a year selling final expense life insurance. Remember, it's impossible to put too much time and effort into your final expense sales training. If you would like to get that free new agent sales kit that I mentioned earlier in this video, or if you'd like to find out about joining our agency so that you can get those huge first-year commissions, along with access to the direct mail lead program that some of the highest producing agents in the country are using, and of course the training necessary to be successful, email me at doug@ufesonline.com. Guys, happy hunting, and I wish you the very best of luck on your final expense sales training.